Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So how's everybody doing on a Sunday? How's your Sunday been, guys? You know, we don't do too much small talk on this channel. I like to get straight to the point. That's always kind of been my thing. So I'm going to tell you about this tweet from Crypto Daily XRP on Twitter. Ripple and Earthport, and you guys remember the Earthport deal that was wrapped up, I believe it was December 2018. We hadn't heard too much about it, but this tweet really demonstrates how the Ripple Earthport collaboration functions. And so Crypto Talk Daily posted some screen grabs here, illustrating in a nice infographic how this works. So essentially, from the beginning, customers initiate payments using any supported channel, whether it be mobile phone, online, phone, or bank branches. That then sends to the institutions integrating with Earthport using Ripple's software technology, utilizing Ripple's distributed ledger protocols. So that flows through Ripple, then that goes to Earthport. Earthport receives the payment instruction using Ripple's platform and transforms it into any local ACH format required to deliver the payment to a global network. Earthport applies compliance checks, AML/CTF, sanction screening, KYC, all that fun stuff. So this all happens in the back end. Then Earthport is integrated into its global network of partners, providing access to local clearing schemes. The beneficiary receives the payment directly into their bank account via local ACH. The payment is posted directly into the beneficiary's bank account. So here is the schematic of how Earthport is integrated with Ripple. And when I said December 2018, I was thinking of the Earthport Visa deal. That tied up in December 2018. Earthport has been using Ripple technology, I think, since 2016, or don't quote me on that, but I think it was either 2016 or 2017 was that official deal. Nevertheless, that's the payment flow. So thanks so much, Crypto Talk Daily, for posting that, guys. I saw this from Rob Cash on Twitter at Rob_Cash71. No crying, I'm just buying. And so XRP liquidity surges to hit new record highs. For ODL in the Philippines, the adoption of the third largest cryptocurrency keeps spreading thanks to Ripple's on-demand liquidity corridors. Three best known of them so far are working in Mexico, Australia, and the Philippines, and were set up with the help of Ripple's partner, the remittance behemoth MoneyGram. Gradually, XRP liquidity rises in all those corridors, and today a new record high was hit in the Philippines. That's right, guys. Down here, we're seeing the Liquidity Index chart. Okay, and this was posted by the Liquidity Index bot, just showing you how much ODL has really helped the XRP ecosystem and helped that liquidity soar higher and higher to new highs. It seems like every month we're hitting new highs. At this point, it isn't even news. It isn't even surprising that we're hitting more highs. I think that once more customers start to see the benefits with sourcing XRP via ODL, and by the way, the customers aren't going to know that's what it is. All they see is that, wow, now I can send money instantaneously and it costs me less than it used to. That's all they care about. We are the ones in the space that care about the little here and the there because we're invested in XRP. That's our thing. But for those customers, when they see instantaneous payments, they're going to be like, well, yeah, I'm going to use these guys more often. And so I think this is mostly why we're seeing this grow. I think the business is taking off. However, they're deciding to market it over there in these corridors, whether it be the Philippines, Mexico, Australia, what have you. They are doing a good job to let people know, hey, look, come to us. We'll send your money instantly and it'll be cheaper than it used to be. So that's the name of the game for these guys. Accumulating clients, will see more volume go through ODL, thus organically making more demand for XRP. And when there's more demand for XRP, guys, that's when the price will rise. And so we're only in 3 corridors right now. Think of all the corridors that are around the world. Think of the regulatory clarity. Think about how that's going to affect matters. Think about when we have a country like India on board as well. A lot of the remittance is still being stifled by the lack of regulatory clarity. But, once that regulatory clarity becomes crystal clear, I think it's quite apparent that we're going to see an exponential rise in this. I really do. And we also got XRP Too Fast, Too Furious here on Twitter. Tag me in this, and this is a Forbes Blockchain 50 Data Deep Dive. So this article here from Block Data is essentially listing some of the biggest companies in blockchain technology today. And so there are new ones coming in, old ones going out apparently, leaving the blockchain space. So I will link this article in the description. Of course, Ripple and XRP make the list, of course. Some infographics showing you just kind of who else is in the space and who else is utilizing what tokens for what purposes. So thought this was kind of a neat little resource for 2020, keeping up to date on who's in the space, what they're using, or what they're rather going to be using blockchain technology for. And you can see some of these guys are big, right? We got Microsoft, Amazon, Dole, Walmart, Nestle, General Electric. companies that you wouldn't even imagine, being interested in developing blockchain are in blockchain. So you're seeing how this is going to be important in the future. So, if you ever had a question on whether regulatory clarity was going to happen, this in itself should allow your fears to subside, just because, all these names wouldn't be interested in getting into blockchain unless they knew that there was going to be clarity coming down the pipe. It's more important for the financial sector, I think, at this point, because the financial industry is strictly regulated at this moment. But you can see how there's going to be a lot of crossover, because a lot of these companies, I'm sure, are going to want to use blockchain for payment services on top of what they do, like supply chain and logistics, for example. A lot of these companies will use those services. So really interesting. Again, guys, I will link this in the description if you are interested. Then I saw this from the Bearable Bull, and I thought this was great. Okay, Brad Garlinghouse just called XRP a global reserve currency. Now, is this true? Is this not true? We would have heard about this by now, I would have thought. CEOs cannot be irresponsible with what they say. We just got our confirmation, folks. And so the Bishop down here posts, save yourself some time. The minute mark is 22 minutes, 8 seconds is the question Brad is answering. Interview is from 2018. So, okay, it's not entirely true. I'll just put it that way. I will link I'll link the tweet in the description for those of you guys who want to watch it. I'm also going to link the full video. It's about an hour long. It's the full Brad Garlinghouse Korean interview from back in 2018. Now, what he says, essentially, somebody was asking him about cryptocurrency, XRP in particular, with regards to if any other company could, basically thwart Ripple. And you guys have to remember, this was way back in, I think, first or second quarter of 2018. No. They were asking about the supply. And Brad Garlinghouse was saying, before Ripple even existed, XRP was created, and the founders decided to create 100 billion of them on purpose just to pre-mine them, right? As we all know. And, instead of having a currency that was more similar to Bitcoin, for example, what they wanted to do was create something that could be like a world reserve currency. And so that's the context in which he's talking about XRP possibly becoming a world reserve currency. There's no confirmation, obviously. And again, this is an old interview from back in 2018, but it is interesting to think that the creators of XRP way back when have already set it up, okay? You got to remember, there's a lot that can be taken away from Brad Garlinghouse's body language and what he says without saying it. Okay, the creators have already set up XRP to be a world reserve currency, a global reserve currency, if it needs to be. Now, are there any plans in the works? The BIS, the IMF, governments of the world, central banks of the world? We don't know what they're saying behind closed doors. Could they be talking about XRP being a world reserve currency? We just don't know that because we're not privy to that. But the fact of the matter is, XRP was created to be a world reserve currency, and I think that's the important takeaway from this. Not only that, I was watching this interview because, it was so long ago, even before I started my channel, right? I started my channel in June of 2018, and this was posted in April of 2018. And I found out something really, really interesting about the price of XRP that Brad Garlinghouse mentions here. Of course, people are speculating on price, and Brad Garlinghouse never wants to talk about price, okay? He's always been famously trying to thwart the question, not wanting to speculate on where the price could go. But I wanted to show you guys something that I found very interesting. So here is the clip from the video. I just expanded it to bring it into the official YouTube window. And I'm going to link this whole thing, like I said, in the description. This starts at 33:04, so 33 minutes, 4 seconds. And so let me just play you this clip here.
I'll share with you something I tell the team internally at Ripple. I spend very little time thinking about the price of XRP over 3 days or 3 weeks or even 3 months. I think about if we are successful in building out the product of XCurrent and expanding the number of users around XRapid, the price of XRP will take care of itself over a 3 to 5 year period.
So guys, let me reiterate, this is back from 2018, and Brad Garlinghouse has said, he went on the record saying, the price of XRP will take care of itself within a 3 to 5 year period. So from 2018, that would bring us essentially between 2021 and 2023. Now this, of course, is all dependent on how successful Ripple is. Well, guys, let's look at 2018, let's look at 2019, and let's look at 2020 for a second. All throughout 2018 and 2019, we've heard nothing but good news coming out of the Ripple camp. In fact, Ripple has even stopped, I think, and I think a lot of other people in the community have stopped giving us updates on all the partnerships that are occurring. Too much speculation, what have you. So Ripple keeps growing. We know about the conferences Brad goes to. We know about the connections with the IMF. We know about the connections with the BIS. We know about partnerships, big partnerships with like Earthport, big partnerships with MoneyGram. The fact now that we've just heard that there's also going to be a Google Cloud and a Amazon AWS link to this as well. And so the next point I want to bring up is, do you guys remember back in December 2018, right at the end when Brad Garlinghouse was talking about the progress that Ripple has made in 2018? Do you remember him saying, we wish we were a little further along by now? Okay, if you don't, he said that. And so my thought is this: we wish we were a little further on by now. That statement was made maybe 8 or 9 months after this interview. So could the timeline be off a bit? 2021 to 2023 was where Brad Garlinghouse projected. Even if it's between 2022 and 2024, Brad Garlinghouse predicts that the price of XRP will take care of itself, meaning the market will dictate what the price is based on the demand. So for those of you guys even thinking to yourselves, because I know some of you guys probably are, does Ripple care if the price is high? Does Brad Garlinghouse think the price is even going to go high? The answer in my mind is yes, they do. They do, guys, but they're not willing to give a price prediction because for them, it's not about what the price is so that they can cash out. For them, it's about changing the world. It's about solutions within the payment sector. It's about solving problems. And so like he even said, Brad Garlinghouse not too concerned with the minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, or even month by month price fluctuation of XRP. XRP will indeed command a higher price when the time is right. Now, when that time will be, we still don't know. Brad Garlinghouse was predicting at that time that it would be between 2021 to 2023. It could have gotten pushed up maybe a little later, maybe 2022 to 2024, or maybe even by a few months. Maybe it still will be 2021 next year when we see the XRP price rise to double digits, triple digits maybe even. It's anybody's guess at this point. Again, there's so many moving parts, the regulatory clarity being a big one, and also how far is Ripple along with those other verticals that they're talking about. We're just talking about cross-border transactions right now, but there could be other verticals that they're working on, and who knows what problems could arise with those verticals, because of course that's not going to be a clear trajectory either. But guys, you know the most interesting part about this, and should I play it back? Or yeah, you know what, I'll play it back. Why not? Listen to what he says.
Price of XRP, if you will. I'll share with you something I tell the team internally at Ripple.
I'll share with you something I tell with the team internally at Ripple. Now, why would he start that sentence off with that statement? Well, to me, it's obvious. The team at Ripple has asked him, Brad, what's the deal with the price of XRP? Is it going to go up? What's going on? Is it going to go down? Well, think about it, guys. Why would they care? Why would they care unless they had a vested interest in the price of XRP as well? Sometimes the answer is in plain sight. Brad Garlinghouse obviously has to explain this as well to the people within the company because they have a vested interest in the price of XRP going up as well. We know it's been public. Brad Garlinghouse has said that some employees have XRP benefit packages. So everybody is interested in the price of XRP going up. Mind you, most of us for different reasons than the company Ripple itself. But even if we all have different reasons why we want the price of XRP to rise, the fact of the matter is everybody seems to be trying their hardest to get it done. But guys, that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger Nano X giveaway. I'm giving one away on March 16th. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.